The name's CCTV, Lockie from CCTV, and I like my martinis shaken, not stirred, especially when I'm driving the brand new Aston Martin Vantage roadster. Now, being the brand new addition to the Vantage family, we've got a massive update to the front of the car. The back's the same, but the front is completely different. We've got these massive vents here and here. This one's going out into the radiator, and funnily enough, exhausting out. Oh my God, that's hot. Now, this car really feels like an apology to all Aston Martin owners. Completely different car. It's striking, it's insane, it's no longer, you know, a shadow of a Mercedes. It's own technology, updated technology, and it's quick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please excuse my appearance in parts of this video. It was a 35-degree day in Australia, top down, had me looking like a sweaty Albert Einstein in parts of this video. But as per usual, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Now, as you can imagine, this car pushes some serious noise, some crazy crackles and pops, and just an insane V8 gurgle. Go ahead, give it a bit. Now, the rear of the Aston Martin Vantage has remained essentially the same. I mean, it didn't need a change. I reckon it has one of the most beautiful and aggressive rear ends on any car. It looks amazing. One big difference, diagonal circular exhaust pipes. It is a bit wider. Aggressive rear diffusers. They can come in exposed carbon. Now, obviously two-seater, so I can't do my favorite, you know, do I fit in the back, because obviously I don't, there's no space for me. But what is interesting, it is a small car, low profile, and it's a convertible. So let's put it to the test, shall we? A little bit hard on the knees. With the roof closed, I mean, look, my head's definitely hitting something, and that will be the roof, as per usual with me. But luckily, because it is a roadster, we do have the option to take the roof off, which you don't have that option on many cars. So let's do that. And now, not hitting anything, we've got heaps of headspace. I mean, technically up to the sky, so I'm not going to be hitting anything there. But, got to talk about this little thing right here. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, it's perfectly there. My head is definitely outside of the windscreen, and it makes for an awkward viewing. You know, half the time I'm a bit slouched driving like this, just because this is in the, you know, in my peripheral, and it can be a little bit annoying. But I mean, Christ almighty, it's an Aston Martin V8. We're just hammering it. Locks are flying in the wind. We don't really care about this little thing right here. It's not a problem, but it is something to think about if you're a taller bloke, you're a big old boy, and you're just, you know, you're worried about fitting in the car. It's something to think about. Now, welcome to what all the fuss is about. I mean, completely updated interior. The old Aston Martin was based off a Mercedes AMG infotainment system, which was a real shame when you got in that car. And you just, I mean, if you'd driven any Mercedes from 2016 onwards, I mean, that's what you were looking at. But now, got a fully integrated screen, navigation, music, you got Apple CarPlay. This knob here is your drive mode selector. You have Sport, Sport Plus, and Race mode. Sports exhaust, suspension, start, stop, off and on, traction control, all the assists, heated seats, volume, temperature. Now, a very classic thing about Aston Martins, they don't have the butterfly doors, you know, there's nothing too special, but they do have a very cool feature where when they open on a diagonal. So you got all this extra space to not hit things when you're getting out of the car, because it is a very low car. So you can see a little bit better now. Both doors are open. I mean, look at the angle that they're on. Okay, now we've taken off again. Sport Mode Plus. See what we've got. Gee whiz. Just the torque is actually quite, I mean, and that's in Sport Mode Plus, and it's still just absolutely terrifying, you know. The back wheels whip around a little bit. It's just so much fun. Now we'll put into Sport Mode Plus. Oh, do you hear that? Those revs come out, and it just is a whole other beast again. The wheels will slide a little bit. They'll give out a tiny little bit, but not too bad at all. Jeez. The sound is just friggin' fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. So there's Sport Mode Plus, and Track. Funnily enough, Sport Mode is actually, you know, the lowest version. Sport Mode Plus is your mid, and then there's Track Mode, which we'll just put it on right now quickly, and you can just feel it. And you just hear all those turbos wind up, and it just... oh my God. Oh my Lord. And you know, look, this car is $500,000. I mean, you hope it gives you everything you want, but it ticks all the boxes. You know, it's amazing. I didn't film it, but we came back from lunch, and a guy, you know, this old fella's taking photos of the car, and it's, you know, that's a beautiful feeling that Aston Martin really encapsulates. You know, it's such a famous, renowned brand that people just love. And these new Vantages, and you know, God forbid someone sees a Vanquish on the road, they look so striking. But performance, bloody everything about this car is just so insane. And I mean, for $500,000, I mean, what are your options? You've got the 992.2 GTS, you know, you got this, and you know, you got, you know, 992.1 Turbo S. I gotta admit, I think I'd be leaning towards this. The interior, insane. The handling, immaculate. The speed is just frightening. This is a work of art in every shape and form. It is just a fantastic vehicle. But look, if I had to say a couple bad things about it, you know, you put a gun to my head and say, you know, talk some shit about this car. Number one, I haven't got a lot of headspace. Let's just... Sorry, opened up a little bit there, fishtailed a little bit. Oh my God. But yeah, as I was saying, if I had to talk some shit about this car, you know, you put a gun to my head, say, Lockie, what don't you like about this car? Number one, headspace. I don't have a lot of headspace, and you know, I do have to sit a little bit sort of slouched, which isn't the worst thing, but you know, I guess if you are spending the money, you want to make sure it's perfect. Number two, there's not a whole lot of boot space, which, you know, look, beggars can't be choosers, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's not meant for shopping, it's meant for driving. But yeah, everything else though is just absolutely insane. I mean, listen to that. And if I have to tell you some things I do love, I love the new look. The front of the car just looks insane. The updated infotainment system, just, I mean, look at it. It's, you know, I feel like I'm bloody driving a rocket ship. And number three, just for me, the steering wheel. The steering wheel feels really, really nice. It's nice and thick. It's very plush and soft leather. And it's yeah, really, really happy with this car. I love that you got Alcantara on the dashboard. I'll just slow down a little bit so you can just feel it a bit, but those crackles and pops, wow. Oh my God. What I'd love to do is get this thing on a track, turn that traction control off, and start doing some counter steering, start getting it a bit sideways. I don't want to, because I don't want to fly off Mount Dandenong. and have to call up Aston Martin and say, look, you know, Houston, we've had a problem, because that would be a serious problem. Might be a, you know, a change the name, you know, trip to Cuba problem. But luckily we drive safely. We look after what's given to us. So I guess I've got to rate this old girl, you know, 1 to 10, you know, and I'm going to have to give it 8.9. 8.9 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if my head didn't hit the roof. Other than that, perfect car. Buy one, get in touch with Aston Martin, give them a call, put your order in, buy a second-hand one, whatever you want, but don't buy the older generation. This one's way better. Thank you everybody for watching another episode of CCTV Car Reviews, and thank you so much to Aston Martin Melbourne for lending me this awesome car. I'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.